Give your phone. Hey, everybody.
What is up?
I'm Jerisha Hawk here.
Jordan Gill.
We are at the airport after the Success Circle live event hosted by Courtney Sanders. So much amazingness.
So good.
For those of you guys who don't know me, 1, I'm sick. 2, my voice is almost gone. But 3, I'm also an income strategist and founder of the Goal Getter Group, where I help women who work a 9-to-5 build a business on the side. And this is
Jordan Gill, and I am the founder of the Claudia Group, which is a business operations firm that helps business owners maximize their technology and their team.
Awesome sauce. And she's tagged in the title of this in case you guys need to go follow her if you don't, because she is the bee's knees.
Yeah.
But we had such a good weekend.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, good. Okay.
Not sure too long.
So good. But we had a really good weekend. We're in New Orleans with the Success Circle live event with Courtney Sanders. It was just so... We talked about really connecting the dots in your business through your how to create multiple streams of income, how to create the right systems and processes, how to connect the dots in your network. It was just so much goodness. Hello, ladies. Hi, everybody. If you guys are popping on, say hey in the comments. Let us know you're here. But we wanted to talk to you guys today about making sure that you're really asking the question, are you building your business on your personality and not your processes? Because that was like a really consistent theme that we talked about and discussed this weekend.
So answer. Give us your answer.
Are you building your business based on your personality and not your process? And we're going to talk about the problem with that.
Yes.
If you are building it on your personality and not your processes.
Right. Hey, Aaron. And the reason that is important is because at a certain point, you really have to think about if your business is really just another job for you or if it's a legit business.
Can we talk about that piece for a minute? So many of us are in like this space of, I want to build this business. I want this freedom. I want financial freedom, time freedom. Like I want to walk in my purpose. But we get so caught up in like the idea of that we end up creating a job. Hey everyone. We end up creating another job for ourselves where you're still working like a dog. You're still overworked, getting underpaid, like not having the right systems in place. And it's...
Why are we doing that?
You might as well go back to your 9-to-5. Or get a second job and work for an employee. I mean, work as an employee for an employer. Like...
Right. It just doesn't make any sense. And I think that we don't, when we're starting businesses...
Case of amen. Hallelujah. Preaching here.
Right.
Preach.
Right.
But I would love to get your opinion first, Jordan, on what does it really mean to build a business on a personality and not a process?
Yes. So building it on a personality basically means that you are creating the business version of yourself, meaning that you are in charge of delivering everything as far as like the coaching, the customer service. Like people expect you to be in the inbox. They expect for you to be on all the Facebook Lives. They expect you to be everything.
You're the tech, you're the marketing, you're the accountant, you're the coach, you're the strategist, I don't even know the other departments. Right. Too much. And that just sets you up for failure because it's nobody is meant to do all of those things. Like the reason that businesses are successful, they have teams, they have people doing a bunch of stuff. We're not going out on like a limb of saying you need a team. Eventually, yes,
when you get to that point, like you should be hiring out stuff. And
yes, it's overwhelming.
What part is overwhelming?
I feel like everything we just talked about was overwhelming. Aaron, you can specify. I feel like all of that to me was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I mean, and it's hard because, you know, if you are, you know, your business is Jerisha Hawk.
Yeah.
And so that is your name. And so do you feel as though you're able to differentiate away from your, like, do you feel that once you start branching out, bringing on a team, all of that stuff, do you feel like you'll be able to, I guess, separate yourself from the Jerisha Hawk?
So basically,
entity?
If I'm not present, my business can still run.
Right. And how are you going to do that?
So even though like a lot of you guys, I've been rolling solo for the past year for the most part. Like I've been hiring assistants here and there. who've been taking things off my plate, which I think is a huge start. Like, even if it is something small, just like doing, somebody else creating my blog content, somebody else scheduling my Facebook scheduled posts, somebody else managing my Instagram account. Hey, like, that's important, even if it is something small, getting it off my plate. But I think really, like, I look at my business like a baby, where I may have given birth to it, and in the beginning years I'm nurturing it, I'm present with it more. Right. But your business grows and evolves, and your business is supposed to become something bigger than just you as an entity. Yep. So just as we may love our kids, I don't have kids, but if I love my business, and it is something I hold near and dear to my heart, it's going to grow and evolve into something much bigger than me. But just as I think, us being parents out there, or if you are a child, you were parented in some way, shape, or form, they gave you the tools that you needed to be a good citizen of this world and to hopefully be a good adult. Right. We need to give our businesses those same tools, which are systems and processes and procedures. So as the business grows and starts walking and starts running and starts, evolving beyond just us as entities, that it can sustain and be a good citizen in the world. That's my analogy.
That was a good analogy.
Yeah. So accurate. I think for me, at the point I'm at right now, it's like I really want to do a good job at taking the time to set up my processes, and like working with people like you that's your zone of excellence, and start being intentional on outsourcing, being intentional on building that into my budget. Because I know I can't grow and scale and really expand if I won't.
Katie has a question. It's really hard when you're so new and don't know where you can be separated or have the budget yet. Did you trade at that baby stage of your business?
So, Katie, I think I'm still at the baby stage. Kind of. Well, I feel like
we're still both at baby stages.
Yeah, we're probably getting like toddler.
Yeah.
The baby's walking.
Terrible twos.
Terrible twos is where we're at. Oh, that's such a good, yes. So I've been in business like legit since October. Jordan just hit her year mark.
Yeah, I was May 2016.
So I think at the very beginning stages, the thing that allowed me to outsource, which is having more automation. So I was building my business while still working my 9 to 5, but I was using tools like Acuity scheduling, linking that to Zoom. Well, no, I didn't link it to Zoom. I'm lying. Jordan just told me you can do that. I was not doing that. But how can you automate more? And like Acuity became my virtual assistant for $10 a month.
Right.
And that automated and took off so much of my plate. You're using SmarterQ, for example, to schedule my posts. Yep. That was how I was able to get help, which is having better systems.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, honestly, I did all of my social media content back in January, and I haven't touched it since, except for when my podcasts are updated. So literally I spent, a couple days in January, and it's lasted me basically all the way until now, September. I'll redo it again in January next year, just like refresh. But it's like, make your software work for you, because there's so many tools that can take stuff off of your plate for $10 a month. SmarterQ is $19 a month. Like, you can run a service-based business for like $59 a month and have a ton of crap automated.
Yeah, so I think when you're in the beginning stages, your team is your software and your tools. Yep. So, and I know some of you guys are, well, how do I batch create? How do I know what tools I need? Like, y'all need to go visit the Colada group. She has a bunch of mini courses.
Yeah.
Like, all this stuff for a very, I think, accessible price to get in there. But Katie, if you say you're in the incubator stage, I mean, the biggest thing for you right now is like figuring out a viable product, more so than worrying about like.
She got a viable product.
Oh.
Katie's my illustrator.
Then why is she talking about she in the incubator stage?
I know. Katie, you're not in the incubator stage.
Katie.
And if anybody on this live wants legit fashion illustrations, Katie is the bomb diggity.
So she made Howie?
Yeah, she made Howie.
What?
If you go to my website, thecoladagroup.com, she made all the little cutesy, like,
fashion Katie.
Illustration stuff. Yeah.
Like, Katie, what are you talking about? I'm in the incubator stage. I've seen your work. No, you are not.
She's very talented. Very talented. I know.
So let's be honest, Katie. Really, where are you? It sounds like the baby has been giving birth.
Yes. The baby is definitely,
He's out.
That's for sure.
Looking for more design clients.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Just looking for more.
Okay.
Which is fine.
So
I mean, I think it really is like you start out, your team is your automation and your software. Then you move into maybe a VA of some sort, whether it's a social media VA, a tech VA, a scheduling VA, which I don't necessarily feel like you need, but because Acuity is amazing. So I mean, it like having an online business, the power of it is the fact that you have these software that can do so many things for you.
Yes, it's like the fact that you're online, like leverage that technology beyond just the Facebook, the Instagram, like the whatever.
Right.
She says she needs more visibility, content. I don't think like one of the first things I invested in outside of my software in the first year was a good coach. Yeah. And I invested in 2 really good coaches that helped me develop more like better strategy and helped me learn what softwares, what tools what I could be plugging in and using. So that might be a place, Katie, like if FFI, Fuck Fixed Income, is coming out in September, months or whatever, that teaches you how to build a service-based business, meaning like maybe getting more design clients, getting more coaching clients, getting more everything else, and consistently making 4 figures a month off of that. So that might be, the team might be you getting a coach and then you cultivating and bringing in that network of people who are also in a similar space too. So,
and even we were. Courtney was talking about pitching and getting connected with people, and just really how to leverage your network. And so, for a while when I was just in the online industry, when I was working for somebody full time and wasn't able to have my own business, I was still networking, connecting, and giving value. And, one of the ways that I did that was if certain people, like I saw they had an event and I was either already going to be there or like it was in Dallas, like you bet I was going to be volunteering at that event. And so I volunteered all these different events and got connected with the person whose event it was, their whole team, everybody at the event. And so it was really the fast track of just like 2 years of doing that.
That is such good.
And it's like I'm coming of service. Like I don't even have a business. I don't have anything to sell these people. I'm not like here to do anything. I'm just here to serve. And when you come from that place, like it can get you so far. And so it's like it's that whole seeing that somebody is, Katie, if you're wanting to reach out to people who are wanting to either rebrand or just needing small projects like I do, then it's like, okay, so maybe you see me talking about, I'm working on a secret project and I'm really excited about it. You maybe don't even know if I have a designer or not. Like, and it's just on a whim, just being like, oh my gosh, I saw your Instagram story. It was super exciting. Like, I wonder what your secret project is. Like, if you're looking to have some design work done, like, here's my portfolio. Like, I would love to give you a logo, complimentary. I just love your work. It's totally fine. And then you get in with the logo, and then she's gonna need more than the logo.
Right.
She needs the workbook. She needs the Facebook cover. She needs all the things. And so you get in with the small, and she's gonna,
That's like a real life like sales funnel.
Yeah.
And I know my ladies know I'm not a huge fan of doing free, but that's a different situation. Because when I say doing, it's very intentional. And it's not like when I say don't do free, so many of us have been at a point, I think, in our business where we're giving away our gift to people. As if we're running a nonprofit or just really exploiting our talents.
Right, that's different.
When you're operating from a space of service and connection and building authentic relationships and there's a purpose behind it, like we need to be, that's a real life sales funnel. Like the free opt-in offer and all that.
Oh, I know. Oh, hey, Greg.
Hello.
Hold on, wait.
She's in corporate dropout. This is a really good question for her.
Oh, okay. Hey, Camilla. Jordan, do you believe that an OBM is necessary as you grow to have someone run the systems for you, even though majority are automated? Okay, so sorry, I'll put my finger in the way. So yes.
Good question.
An OBM is great.
Can you explain what an OBM is versus a project manager for those who don't know?
So the difference between an online business manager and a project manager is that a project manager is going to be more based on managing other people and they're not as technically inclined normally. And then OBMs are way more of the systems operational people. Some people blur lines, so you honestly have to just ask them what it is they do, because I'm giving you what the true definitions are in the sense of just like me understanding the positions.
In this online world, people
call themselves whatever they want.
Because like a project manager is more like an orchestrator.
Yeah, they're not doing the doing. OBMs do the doing. So they're like a almost elevated VA, and I don't mean that in some sort of hierarchical. Just like a deeper level of understanding with more systems and tools. Right. Just an advanced VA is basically what OBM is. But anyway, so OBMs. The question, run their systems. Yeah, so what an OBM is going to do for you is because the systems that get you to one point, you're going to have to elevate them, and you're going to have to elevate them just like you have to elevate your marketing, just like you have to elevate your design, elevate all these things, and systems is just one of them. And so when you get to that point of, okay, my systems aren't serving me anymore at this point, I need an OBM to be switching things up and making changes, then that's when you want to have that person come in and
so at what stage of business do you really actually need an OBM? Like, I don't feel like I do.
No.
Like more when you're doing like more in-depth or sophisticated launches, or
it's definitely going to be if you run an agency model type business. So you might have an OBM and a project manager, depending on if it's client facing and not client facing, all of that stuff. And then service based, I'm not going to say you don't necessarily need an OBM, but it's definitely going to be more of a digital product role. In the sense, if you're launching things, and not that you can't launch masterminds or launch those sorts of things,
but the level of technical is it's
not as serious usually. So if you're service based, honestly, you're probably gonna need, because I'm gonna go off on a thing a little bit. So if you're a service based business owner and you're booked up, you can only do two things. One, create an agency model, which means that you clone yourself a bajillion times and they do the work for you. The second way is strategy model, which is similar to how I run my business, which just means you do like intensives, VIP days, like very short bursts of consulting. And so when you get to
y'all hear that? That's 1 and 2.
1 and 2, that's it.
Or you start adding in digital products or something.
And then you become a whole different
That's a whole other
model.
Beast.
So you really have to figure out, like, okay, if I'm going the agency route, then that's when you're going to do OBMs, PMs, all that stuff. If you're going the strategy model, you don't necessarily need an OBM. I have Chelsea, who does a little bit of scheduling and stuff for me, but as far as systems and stuff, that was set up and it just runs itself. So long story short,
I feel like to her go ahead.
What is her business?
Well, that is her business, but I think like to her question,
hey Portia,
hey y'all, you being an OBM for people whose systems are already fully automated, you're probably targeting the wrong type of entrepreneur. Like you're probably targeting somebody at too early of a stage,
right? Whereas
your target market needs to be a more advanced or a more seasoned entrepreneur.
Totally. New business owners are not going to be looking at OBMs.
They got other problems to worry about.
Right. Yeah, that's usually like a sales concern.
So I think that's what I got from her question.
Oh, okay.
Did that help, Camilla?
Yeah, hopefully that helped. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're going to target people who, you're going to target the digital product entrepreneurs, even product-based entrepreneurs. Product-based entrepreneurs definitely need OBMs, logistics, and shipping and fulfillment.
For real.
That's the OBMs you need. But again, not that service-based business owners don't ever need or whatever an OBM, because I know plenty of them that do. It's just a smaller market of them. So I would stick to people who are more digital product or like group program sort of businesses.
So I know that we have more people watching now. I would love a little bit of honest feedback. We asked the question earlier, but how many of you guys think that you're building your business based on your personality versus your processes? Meaning that like if you were to go on vacation for the next 3 weeks, with no Wi-Fi, y'all go to Cuba.
Yeah.
What would happen? Would your business be able to still run, operate, and function? Or would all shit go to loose and like...
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no right or wrong. I mean,
right.
There's just it's
just a fact.
Yes. And it's opportunity for awareness, and we just I loved how we drilled home so much, not about like the glitz and glam of being an online business owner this weekend, but more about the importance of systems and processes, and really like that's what's required.
Yeah.
That is what's required for us to get to the next level. Yeah. And you building a 6-figure business is like a non-negotiable if you're trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, because when you make 6 figures, you're really only bringing home like 50,000. Like reality. So,
and even, you know, Katie, when you're saying, you know, I could get inquiries but no work would be done, totally. And so it's either Drisha talks a lot about how you can launch in a service-based business.
Oh my gosh.
Meaning, like, you can literally, so if you know you're going to go to Cuba for 3 weeks and have no Wi-Fi, 2 months from now, you can drum up business for the 2 months leading up to it.
Yes.
Like a higher volume to then be okay for those 3 weeks. And just make sure that you have a process in place for if people are inquiring on your website that they can fill out a qualifying questionnaire and get on your calendar. So when you get back, you can take those inquiries.
And that's the automated, like you can automate that.
Part. Yeah.
And like,
but continue talking about the launch thing.
Katie,
launching into service-based.
So service-based businesses, a lot of times, and y'all can be honest on this too, I see too many service-based businesses only getting clients through referrals, word of mouth, and possibly in-person events, which are all viable and fantastic ways to do it, but so many service-based businesses aren't leveraging launching their services, and I'm a huge component of that, or like proponent of that. I'm saying component. I be in it too. Is launching your services. And Katie, for me, like I just quit my job a month and a half ago, and if I literally don't sell anything else, I'm covered financially until February. Why? Because I launched my services and I booked myself out so far in advance. So about, I don't know, not my courses, but I would say probably like 4 times a year roughly, I launch my coaching services just like I would launch a digital course or a digital product. And then I allow people to get on my wait list, very similar to launching a course or launching a digital product. So when I do launch my services, I already have people that are just like waiting. It's kind of like, I'm not as fancy as when a new iPhone comes out and people are waiting in line to buy, but it's a similar... One day we're getting there. Right. But it's a very similar philosophy on like how can you pre-launch your services, and that's what we teach in Fuck Fixed Income. A huge part is actually launching your services. How do you get people on a wait list, build them up, launch your services so many times a year so you can actually book yourself out and like get ahead of yourself, so if you do go out to Cuba for 3 weeks, you still have money, your Stripe notification just still popping. Right. I talk so much with my hands. I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, we got
I can't read all that.
I don't think
I can't see that.
Greg, get cut off a little bit.
So Greg, we might need you to like give us the sentence that says even if not totally needed.
Can you retype that or something?
Sorry, my thing won't let me see all the comments. On your phone it might.
Yeah, maybe. If you're starting out or if business volume is low, how important is it to set up good systems and processes? More of a good habit for when it does get busier, even if not totally needed. I was going to ask you what your thing was, and you just...
You do not... my philosophy is if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Okay? My grandma used to tell me that, my uncle or somebody, whatever. But honestly, when you're in a slower space, that's like perfect time for you to set yourself up. Because like, think about like if you have an Oprah effect. Or business owners say this, like if you get whatever,
you get 100 inquiries, what the heck would happen?
Yeah.
If all the marketing that you've done up until this point, some of y'all have been doing marketing for like a year,
and
like
that stuff actually like hit and
what
works.
If all of a sudden,
and you had 100 people rush in, I wouldn't wait until the 100 people rush in to figure out what your system should be.
Because then your customer experience is going to be low.
And then you're going to lose clients, lose turnover. It's not going to be good. People going to be, no.
You're going to cry.
So my thing, I know, Greg, I ain't mean to holler like that, but my thing would be while it's slow is to set up those systems. I can't wait for you to be an FFI. But I would set up those systems while it is slow, so when it does come, you're prepared and ready, and like you can be more present and focused on serving your clients, and not so much on like, oh crap, I got the yes. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Sorry, Greg. I was like, no.
So it's funny because
that's just my thought.
I agree.
However,
I have a little bit of a different philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks, Greg. I think the number one focus of new business owners is sales.
Oh, that's true. That's take mine with the caveat of I'm already under the impression that you need to be making money.
Right. So I mean, it depends on how new you are in business.
Okay, thank you for that caveat. That's real.
Because he said, oh man.
That is true.
Because he said,
your number one focus when
if you're starting out or if business volume is low. So if you're just starting out,
and I'm over here about business volume being
right. So if you're just starting out, I do not believe that you need to focus on systems. That's just my personal philosophy.
Money.
You need to make money. And once you make money, then that gives you just a little bit of cushion and you can just start to figure out the things. I do have a philosophy about getting your triple threat in line, which is your calendar, your inbox, and your social media. Those three things can be easily automated, whether your business is poppin' or not poppin'. Like you can whip that stuff up in like an hour.
And when can we learn more about how to set up our triple threat if we don't have that set up? Do you have something?
Well, I'm gonna be coming out with a signature course. I know, it's crazy, y'all.
What is this?
I'm gonna be coming out with a signature course in
she's like, I'm working on a special project, top secret.
Yeah, so I mean, Katie, I'm already sold if you come my way. So, where I do touch on those three things being the first things that you automate, because a lot of those three places are a lot of times the first touch point somebody has with your business.
That's real.
And so, yeah, it's good to get the back end stuff really in line, and that just like, it feels really good, but also you want to make sure your customer experience is in line. So, yep, triple threat.
So good.
So good. And so if your business volume is low, but you've had clients previously, I think that it's good to, if you've gotten a few clients and you feel the rhythm, you may not know the whole process, it might still have some bubbles and gaps, then that business is low time.
She's like boom bam pow.
Yeah. That you can't, what was I talking about?
About you need to be making money first.
Right, I know, but then
if you are in a low volume time but you're already making money, then you can go beyond the triple threat.
Yes, because
and get the whole damn army.
Right, because the whole damn army. But it's because if you've done it a few times, then you at least have somewhat of a journey, and it's a lot easier to create a system when you've done it a couple times, kind of flopping through it, than it is just like blank paper. Like, I don't know about y'all, but if I see a blank paper for blog posts, email, any of that stuff, I'm like,
I don't know what to do. So my answer was, you're making money,
right?
With her, I'm just assuming that people already know that.
Yeah,
that's not true.
That's not true.
So Katie said, does your stuff cover Dubsado flow and everything too?
Yeah, it does. So Katie, I have. I'm gonna be getting rid of my mini trainings. So if you hopped up onto my email list somehow,
if you're not on there, just get on there now.
I don't even know how people can get on there. How sad is that? I'm so terrible with list building, y'all. I know.
Just shoot her a DM or something.
Yeah, Katie, I'll get you on my thing. And I have a $97 product that literally walks you through a Dubsado workflow. Mm-hmm. So it's not just, here's how to set up a form. Here's how to set up a question. It's like, no, we're going to set up an automated workflow.
Hey, Ed.
We're going to set up an automated workflow where you, that got fancy. An automated workflow that's like, you send your clients the contract and agreement. Then once it's sent back, then Dubsado immediately sends them invoice or questionnaire, depending on how you do things with your business. Then when that comes back, then you send them either a calendar scheduler or a welcome packet or whatever your business has in the beginning of the process. All that stuff can be automated in Dubsado, and it's super, super powerful. And I love Dubsado also because they have great customer service. I am a customer service junkie.
The best.
I need you to be like on my team. Like, even though you are like not You know, Dubsado, I mean, I know Becca now because she was just in my summit, but before that, these people had no idea who I was, but I thought of them as part of my team because they do a lot for me, and they is in the actual software, but they really automated a ton of stuff for me.
Yeah.
So that's that.
So I think that
on a rant.
It's okay. It's such a good rant. I mean, it still all feeds back into just where you're at in your business, just making sure that maybe you're not there now.
Yeah, they are taking it away.
Yeah, I saw that. But maybe regardless of where you're at right now in your business, if your business is built on like you as a personality and not as like a process and a procedure, just how can you start moving one step closer to like getting that space so your business isn't solely dependent on you being fully present and like you always being in it.
Right.
But you have the opportunity to be like work on it and really be the CEO, the one building the strategy, making the decisions, and not the one doing all of the things. Because you walk into any billion-dollar business. I mean, shoot, you walk into any legit, well-operating business. The CEO is not also the marketer. Is not also like he not doing or she is not. They're not doing everything.
Yeah.
They have teams and systems, and I know as we're building and growing, like
start where you are.
Start where you are. Like,
so where would you suggest to start?
Start with, like, I would start with your triple threat. In regards to, like, I leverage Acuity. If you're a service-based business, set up Acuity. Like, get the right software in place to automate a lot as much as you can. I think, like, at the stage I'm at now, my biggest thing is I need somebody like to help me manage my inbox, my calendar, so I stop double booking or triple booking myself for events, which is so embarrassing to say that has happened. Yeah. But has happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to service my clients, launch products, launch services,
manage the products, events, speak,
doing the most. That's why my voice is gone. My little body don't know how to it can't keep up barely right now. But I think once you get to the I don't know what space I'm at right now. Toddler twos. In business is really where can you start? Like for me, I want to get a right hand person to help manage my workflow, handle customer support. It's huge for me because I have so many services and products.
Oh, totally. Ed
said,
we have like the exact
Trello,
same.
yes,
Almost.
Boom, bam.
Yeah, that's a good lineup.
What Ed said is a good lineup. Maybe that was a question you were asking.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Hey, aloha.
Hi.
All right, Katie. What if you thrive on being a team member but not the head? I want to have a flexible lifestyle, but I do better in the background of a.
So one thing I talk about with my clients, and I have them go through this in corporate dropout. So Camilla or any of the ladies who are in corporate dropout who are watching right now, feel free to chime in. I think it's really important as you're building a business is one to distinguish what type of business owner you want to be. Because whether you want to be that person who's building like this agency style or this big team, or if you want to be the active supporter on somebody else's team, or like you get to choose that. So if that's the type of business owner you want to be, build a business model that creates that lifestyle for you where you are the support on like other people's teams.
100%.
And that's nothing wrong with that, but like be intentional on that.
Right. 100%.
So don't try to force yourself into another boat if that's not where that's not what you want.
Yep. Katie, I was you. I started my business being on people's teams because I liked being behind the scenes. I did not want all the fame and glory. I didn't want my face on Facebook Lives. I didn't want to be anywhere. And so I mean, the first 7 months of my business, I literally posted on Instagram 11 times, but I was making between 9 and 12 grand a month.
Oh, can we take a moment? Oh, Jordan, did you have a website?
I did it by the end of the 7 months.
Okay, but like Jordan was out here.
I had an email, an LLC, and a bank account.
And now no Jordan at gmail.com, right?
No, it was not at gmail.com. It was not at Gmail. I had an ugly business name at the time, Personalized Procedures, but at least I had not a Gmail account.
But I'm just saying, like, you can build, like, and you were eating.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So I think it's just deciding. And I talk about this all the time in corporate dropout, but like the fact that you get to design and create your own business, you get to design and create your own business. Yeah. There is no right or wrong. There is no, I have to follow this rule. There is no, I have to fit in this box. Like, there is no box. There's limitless possibilities. Like, there's limitless options. But just be intentional on what you want your model to be.
Yeah.
And approach it from that, like, strategic perspective. And don't try to force yourself into trying to be whatever else.
Because, I mean, and especially Katie, just with the work that you do, and if you're wanting to be on people's teams, like what I was expressing earlier about outreach and just following certain people that you think would be your ideal clients or boss or whatever relationship it is, and just like recognizing when they finally have the need, and just like jumping on it. Also, you know, obviously I'm a big advocate for you, and so if you see somebody that I know that you want to be connected to, I'm obviously going to send them an email, and it's a very easy referral for me. And so just really leveraging your network and not being afraid to say, hey, like, I need your help to talk to so and so, like, and that's how I got those clients when I first started. And it really is about relationships and community and connection and all the good stuff you were talking about this weekend, speaking. And it like, I think it gets a bad rep, like networking or like connection and stuff, because you're like, well, I don't want somebody to feel like I'm like asking too much or like, you know, whatever else. But that's not, if you are a genuine person,
Genuine is the key.
Genuine is the key. If you are a genuine person who works hard, produces results, I will refer you all day.
Yes. And Katie, I don't even know who you are, but reach out to me if there's anybody anything I can do to support you, or anything I can connect you with, or even just like getting you awareness in my tribe, because your work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I think just when you approach from a place of service,
Yeah.
and really serving over selling in any regard, like, just remember that, y'all, all this business stuff that we're doing, you're dealing with people.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with people. Like, approach it from a very, like, human standpoint. How would you want to be approached? How would you want to, like, develop a relationship with somebody? Like, you're not about to run up to some random, well, some of y'all might do this. I'm not going to do this. Run up to some random man at the airport and say, hey, you look good. Can you be my boyfriend? Same thing in like business. You're about to run up to somebody and say, hey, I follow you on whatever, like, can you do X, Y, or Z for me? Like, I don't know you. I don't, like, bruh.
No.
Back up, cuz. Like, you know, like, develop a relationship. And yes, it takes time. And you can't automate. I mean, you can automate processes to help you, like, get to certain points in developing relationships, but you can't automate a relationship. Right. So it does take time, it does take work, but if you like, I think, like, you approach from a very, like, service mindset.
Yeah. So do you.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's, you know, I tell this story. I was telling this story to somebody this weekend about how I got a job with an online entrepreneur. Is, you know, I applied for the job, regular as everybody else. And then she was actually speaking at Social Media Marketing World, and I found out what hotel she was staying at, because I'm a creep, and well, not really.
This is intentionality here, okay?
Intentionality.
Yes.
This is how you get far. I'm not even joking you. Oh, no.
We're all right.
Hold on.
I can't because it's on this side.
Okay. We're going to be quick. So, anyway, so I found out what hotel she was at for Social Media Marketing World, and because she was Facebook Living, and she said, oh, I'm staying at X whatever, I don't even remember the hotel, in San Diego, and I am, hey, oh no, oh my gosh, people have been talking.
Hey, we're
gosh.
good.
Okay, we're good.
Glad y'all liking this.
So, found out the hotel, and I stalked her Pinterest to see what her food palette was and all of that sort of stuff. I'll get to you in a sec, Crystal. What her food palette was. So she's big into sweets. I saw that she liked the flavors of key lime pie, red velvet. I don't remember the couple other flavors. So I actually...
Jordan did her research.
I did my research through Pinterest. It's out there in the open. And I bought cupcakes that were like $80 to deliver. I don't even know, guys. But anyway,
what the hell cupcakes are you buying?
Amazing cupcakes.
Wow.
So I had them delivered to her hotel room through like a food delivery service thing. And, you know, the card said, thank you so much for the opportunity to apply for this position. I bought you cupcakes. Don't worry. There's 2 of every flavor, so you don't have to share with Devin, who's her husband. And I got the job.
Well, duh.
First off, Devin called me Cupcake Girl for a really long time. And, oh, thank you, Scora. And
she does, though. Decora, you said good gifts, too. They were very thoughtful.
And so it's like, you have to do something different and out of the box. And yeah, it cost me $80, but guess what? I got the job.
But my thing is, you have got, like, so many of us are doing what everybody else is doing and wondering why we're not getting results.
Yeah.
You have to go beyond what's expected.
Yeah.
Jordan did the most. But that, like, was a guarantee hire her.
Right.
Like, because you did your research that shows you pay attention to detail, that shows that you listened, took initiative.
Yeah.
We're willing to invest something up front to get something on the back end, delayed gratification. Like, hey, all my elite ladies, there's so many go-getters in the house. Hey.
Yay. Yeah. So it's I don't even, why did I share that?
I think about getting how to actually, your process on connecting with people and getting opportunities.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But are you willing to do the extra, to follow through and follow up, especially in that manner?
Totally. And even in the simplest ways, I got another job through, she asked for a project, and so I looked through how she designed, it was like slides or something, it was for a content position. And it was slides.
Absolutely.
And I literally looked at her branding. I downloaded her font for like $12, and I was like, I'm going to not only recreate the slides that she wants, but I'm also going to include slides that at the end that include my personality and also show how we're connected. So I think we both love dogs. We both love J. Crew. And there was 3 things, and so I said those things at the end because I knew she's gonna say, oh, she's like me, like, this is perfect, like, she gets me. And
also I did go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And I think about all of my dope mentors that I got, it was because I did stuff like that. So like when I was in corporate, they had this PAC, which is like a political action committee, and you had to pay a percent of your salary to be in the top tier of the PAC. Mm-hmm. So to enjoy the ambassador level, I had to pay a percent of my salary. But if you were in the ambassador level, you got to go to this special dinner where only ambassador members attended. Guess all of the execs were in the ambassador level, and there was only like 30 or 40 people in it.
Wow.
So I paid my 1% of my salary to go to this dinner, because when I walked in the room, I'd be... There were nobody else in my age bracket. Nobody else who looked like me was in that room. So even just me walking in gave them the...
Oh, totally. Who is she?
She cares about, like, investing back in the company, because investing in the PAC helps the company and all this other stuff. But that gave me direct access. That's where I met my CEO. That's where I met, like, a handful of my senior vice presidents. And, like, just them knowing that I was willing to invest my money, invest my time to even get in that level. Like, one of our senior VPs, that's how I got to ride the Tesla. Because he was like,
nice.
You haven't taken the company Tesla out? I'm like, no. I didn't even know we had one. He was like, just call Sally in the morning and she'll hook you up. Yo, I was balling. But that's where I got so many of my mentors was, that was like how can you also be intentional on just placing yourself in the room?
Right.
But doing your research to figure out what room these people are in.
Yes. You don't need to be in all the rooms.
No. Not all, no. But like I knew I wanted to get. I'm like, how is my CEO gonna find out who I am?
Right.
I paid to get in the room, and then when I was in the room, I started developing relationships and talking to the guys. Somebody else actually knew who I was and started like talking about the work that I was doing and like the impact I was making. And then the same dude that like got me the hookup on the Tesla, he went and was like, oh, let me go get John, and brought the CEO over and introduced. And that's like. And you think about, like, even my thing, I really want to meet Myleik Teal.
8 a.m. Sally.
Best in believe, Ed. Yep. Best in believe.
Good morning, Sally.
And I got to keep the Tesla for an extra, like, 3 days. So I kept that boy from, like, Wednesday to Tuesday. Best believe I was stunting all weekend.
Oh, man.
Try me. What?
I don't so much.
So that's an extra perk. But, like, a thing of mine is I really want to meet Myleik Teal.
Right.
I just really want to meet her. I would love to be on her podcast. I don't know. And I probably could leverage my connections that I have right now to ask and connect me. But one thing I'm doing is I'm going to her conference in January. And that's like I'm paying like $3,500 to, I mean, it is a resort. It's in Mexico. Right. It's going to be nice. Yeah. But I'm paying to be in the room. Yeah. And I also knew that she was going to be bringing dope, influential, like, influential influencers, you know what I'm trying to say,
Totally.
from the industry. I'm like, I want to be in that space, and
Yeah.
my goal is I'm going to meet her.
Right.
Or like even attending Stacey Tishel's event with you. My one goal is I want Dana to ask me to be on her podcast.
And guess what? She was on the podcast.
I'm on Boss Mom podcast, but do what you have to do to get in the room, but then also follow up and follow through.
Yeah. So you're doing a master class on
Oh. So
baby.
possibly I'm going to be covering a lot of like this networking piece in my Fearless with Facebook course that's coming out in October. Like really how to leverage Facebook to build those connections, build community. Like I met Jordan in the Facebook group.
Random Facebook group.
And we are in New Orleans together. And so many other places. So I'm going to be talking a bit about that then, but we can do another Facebook Live on networking specifically.
No, we definitely can. 100%.
That's good stuff.
I know. We love
Y'all
networking.
are awesome.
I know.
So thanks for asking. We will table that, and we will come back to that.
Indeed. Yeah.
Really helps you.
Yeah,
Yes.
stretch your thinking and just it really, it doesn't even have to, I mean, guys, you know, she's talking about spending $3,500. I spent $80 on freaking cupcakes.
Well, I'm going to Mexico too for 4
I know,
days.
I know.
Oh.
But it's like,
You ain't gotta drop that much bread.
right, you don't, it doesn't even have to be about, like,
You can
my
send a
thing
thank
was
you
fly-
card.
Right, sending a thank you. I know online industry, people's addresses and stuff, like, aren't out there. What was
But like
yours?
you said, no.
Okay.
But like when I meet people at networking events, like if I meet somebody dope that I like here, I will be intentional to make sure that I get their business card. And I know online a lot of people don't have their address.
Yeah.
But if I do, like one thing I do, any business cards I collect for the entire year, I send I send like holiday cards around Christmas time to every business card I collected that has an address on it.
Nice.
I know that's extra.
No, it's good though.
But I've got,
It's good.
it's something so small.
Something
Like you did
small.
extra slides.
Right.
That took, yeah.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because I think it can be like, Jordan, like I'm, you know, I guess we need to answer that one. But also it's like sometimes there have been times where both of us have sent personalized videos,
Yes.
numerous personalized videos to folks for various reasons, whether I wanted them to be a client of mine or I wanted them to be part of my summit, and clients of hers. That takes time. Especially if you're spending, you know, I was sent, I don't know, 30 or some personalized videos for my summit. That takes time. And I'm like, and I'm saying personalized things like, hey, Joanna, I want you to be a part of my summit because you do this legit process that my people just have to know about. Like,
Personalized video, that's so, it takes time, but it's no money.
right.
Every client I've sent a personalized video to, I've closed. Like that's,
Yeah.
it just shows extra effort. But with Acuity, like probably you are going to have to use a desktop. I don't use an Acuity app. I don't even know if Acuity has an app. I think Ed answered that earlier.
Well, what are you trying to do? Like, once you set up Acuity,
You don't
it
really-
automatically just syncs with your calendar, which can be on your phone. But if you need to make
Oh.
changes and stuff inside of Acuity, I would suggest doing that on your desktop,
Yeah.
if that's what you're asking. But yeah, like, and it really, it shows that you care.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not doing, you know, we both are quality time love language people. So if we are going to take the time to send you a video,
That's love.
that is love and appreciation. So, you know, oh yeah, Bonjour. Yep, it's pretty cool for personalized videos. And it really, it's just think of ways to show that you care.
I can make moves.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes. All right, y'all. It's been real.
I have to go get on the plane.
Also, we vlogged.
Yes! So guys, Detroit and Dallas,
Yeah.
Jerisha and Jordan.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of travel coming up. We will be vlogging.
It was rough this go around. We kind of forgot yesterday because we were so like focused and the content was super awesome. But
However,
we will do better.
we did get some good
We got some good
stuff.
nuggets. Today we were like prancing around New Orleans and stuff, which was really fun.
We're both
my
getting
gosh.
mini either Labradoodles or Golden Doodles.
Yep.
So of course Jordan and I had to get a matching item for our dogs. So cute.
Look at how cute it is. Can't handle it.
Oh, Katie, thank you, Katie.
Oh, yay.
I hope to meet you one day. Your work is bomb.com.
I know. I'm trying to get Katie to come to Dallas too. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to get her to come to Dallas.
It might happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
But so we're in New Orleans. We'll be in New York next. In like 2
any
weeks.
New Yorkers, like,
Holla at us.
Yeah. We'll be there for like 10 days, 9 days, something like that.
Something like that.
That's for sure. It's working.
It is though. Have you had their Brussels sprouts, Katie? Bruh, they're so good.
She went to HG Supply.
They're delish.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
But yeah, y'all, I gotta hop on this plane.
Yeah, gotta go home.
But this is a really good chat. Again, like, think through if you're building your business on your personality, how can you start shifting to build your business onto your process?
Yeah.
If you need help with actually setting up your processes, like specifically what tools, how to link, how to integrate, check out the Colada group, get on her email list.
Jerisha has a bomb ass challenge coming up.
I forgot all about that.
Literally tomorrow.
Tomorrow!
And it is 3K in 3 days.
Yes.
It's all about packaging, pricing, what's up?
Your people.
People.
So who to sell to, what to package and actually sell, how to sell. The goal is for you, like, I'm hoping that some people actually make $3,000 in the next 3 days.
Be nasty.
Don't you want to boss up and get this money? Won't you? Oh! I've been teaching her, y'all, who's from Detroit. I've been teaching Jordan. So you can definitely hit up the challenge. It's bit.ly/3K in 3 days. I'll post it. So feel free to join me for the challenge. I'm so excited. We have over like 200 people already signed up, which is, we just opened it like
2 days
2
ago.
days ago. So I'm super pumped about it. But thanks for joining us today.
I know.
Happy
Y'all have
Sunday.
A good, Sunday evening and a good rest of your week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.